Shalom, Akim, all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim, Hawashai, Bashim, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, doing the work in truth, sincerity. Now, hey, there's quite a few things going on. And today is the 4th, so this video was aired yesterday, December 3rd. And we're going to go through about 3 minutes of it. And I'm going to get a few scriptures on what's going on. So, without further ado.
I'm Amy Goodman. Israel's renewed its attacks on southern Lebanon, killing at least 12 people and threatening to further unravel Israel's truce with Hezbollah.
Now, just with that quick 14 seconds, you know, if you've been keeping up with this Israeli-Lebanon war, the Israelis had put forth a peace agreement. And then, you know, suddenly now they bomb in Lebanon again. Why did they put forth a peace agreement? Because Lebanon was kicking their ass on the ground. When they tried to invade, their soldiers were getting killed. And like the cowards they are, they ran, you know, and tried to make a peace treaty. And then, you know, not even a week later, they're bombing again. So, you know, that's these Edomites. It's like I had to just say that. So, start it back a little bit and play it again.
Its attacks on southern Lebanon, killing at least 12 people and threatening to further unravel Israel's truce with Hezbollah. With the latest attacks, the UN says Israel's committed more than 100 ceasefire violations since agreeing to halt attacks last week. In response, Hezbollah said it had fired rockets at northern Israel as a retaliatory measure. Earlier today, Israel's defense minister, Israel Katz, warned his military would no longer distinguish between Hezbollah and the Lebanese state if the ceasefire collapses. Israel's continued its unrelenting assault on Gaza with attacks on the northern town of Beit Lahia today that killed at least 8 people while leaving 20 others wounded. In Gaza City, dozens of civilians are feared trapped under the rubble of a 4-story building leveled by an Israeli airstrike. On Monday, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called the situation in Gaza appalling and apocalyptic and said Israel may be guilty of the gravest international crimes. The UN reports Israel's killed at least 341 humanitarian workers since it began its massive assault on Gaza nearly 14 months ago. Meanwhile, Gaza now has the highest number of child amputees in the world per capita, with many children forced to endure surgery without anesthesia due to Israel's blockade. And the World Health Organization reports more than 10,000 cancer patients remain stranded in Gaza, awaiting permission from Israeli authorities to seek care abroad. This is Dr. Mohammed Abu Afsh, director of the Palestinian Medical Relief Society.
Tragically, even with the necessary authorizations, they cannot leave. The Rafah crossing is closed. The Erez crossing is closed. The Kerem Shalom crossing is closed. Every exit point around Gaza is shut down. How can these patients leave? They are enduring unimaginable suffering. A mechanism and solution must be devised to allow them to exit Palestine for treatment.
Hamas said Monday 33 people held captive in Gaza had been killed by Israeli strikes since October of last year, while other hostages had gone missing. Among those said to have been killed was Omer Nutra, a 21-year-old Israeli-American tank commander detained by Hamas after its fighters raided an Israeli army outpost. Hamas also released a video showing Israeli-American Eidan Alexander, a soldier taken captive by Hamas on October 7th, calling on President-elect Trump to negotiate a ceasefire and prisoner exchange. Hamas's announcements drew a threat of renewed violence from Trump, who wrote on his social media site, quote, "There will be all hell to pay in the Middle East. Those responsible will be hit harder than anybody has been hit in the long and storied history of the United States of America," unquote. On Sunday, Trump hosted Sarah Netanyahu, the wife of the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and their son Yair at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. In the occupied West Bank, Israeli forces have arrested at least 18 Palestinians over the past 24 hours. On Sunday, the youngest Palestinian ever to be imprisoned by Israel began a one-year prison sentence. 14-year-old Ayam al-Salama was convicted of throwing stones at Israeli settlers last year when he was just 12 years old. The Israeli human rights group B'Tselem reports the boy was subjected to violence and humiliating treatment during an interrogation. Meanwhile, B'Tselem has uncovered repeated cases of severe abuse of Palestinians by Israeli soldiers in Hebron. Victims describe being randomly seized by soldiers as they went about their daily affairs. They were then beaten and subjected to severe abuse, sometimes in full view of the public, and at other times inside military outposts. The Biden administration said Monday it sent.
So that's about it right there. So, hey, you listen to it. You can watch the full video if you want to. Democracy Now! It's a very good news station. And to get some scriptures, you heard it. Hey, all of the ceasefires, I mean, with all these ceasefires and then them going back and bombing people with the same excuse they always use, I got this scripture. This is John 10:10. The thief cometh not, but to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and they might have it more abundantly. I mean, that's plain. Edomites, including the Israeli Edomites, they come not but to steal and kill and destroy, man. And you've heard that they not letting the people, the civilians out of Gaza, you know, talking about they really ain't at war. They just doing this because of what Hamas did and all this other bullshit. Man, hey, Ezekiel 35:6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So, hey, you devils actually do got it coming. Matter of fact, let me read that again because I want to read up. This is Ezekiel 35:3. Matter of fact, Ezekiel 35:4. Nope, I started 3. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, you Edomites, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men. In thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. So this is your judgment, Esau. You got 1,000 years of slavery coming, and it's like, damn, hey, they can't stop pursuing blood. I mean, for this whole 4 minutes that I played this video, it's all about Edomites, especially the Israelis, shedding blood and not being afraid of it. Not being afraid of it in the least. Matter of fact, it seems like they happy to do it. So, and that's that. Hey, that's the mark of the wicked, man. And I got one more scripture that I'm gonna put, and I'm gonna end this video. This is Isaiah 14:3. And it shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. That's talking about us Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Indians, and Latinos, which is really more like the elect, the 144,000 and one-third, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest, and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. So this is how the nations and even the trees and the animals is going to feel, man. You know, once Esau is taken down, everybody is going to rejoice. Matter of fact, because we do talk about how we're going to put all nations into slavery for 1,000 years, including Esau, you know. But even then, the other nations are still going to rejoice. They're still going to rejoice because this devil has been taken down, and they ain't going to have to worry about being killed senselessly. They're going to be going by the rules Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai made. The rules of this of the Bible. And they ain't going to be worried about this no more, man. So even though they're in slavery under us, even that 1,000 years of slavery, we going to make all the nations to serve, especially Esau. The other nations are going to be happy about it. They're going to be with it. And after that 1,000 years of slavery, you Edomites, hey, y'all going to say that long goodbye. However, this video was just about how destructive these devils is, especially the Israeli devils, man. These Edomites, hey, they can't stop shedding blood, and they don't have no problem doing it, and they don't keep no promises, none. And I'm gonna end it there. With that, I'm gonna say Shalom, all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Karkadash. Double honor to the apostles of the great millstone. Salutation to you, I can do in the work in truth and sincerity. Till the next time, Shalom.